One of the biggest mistakes I've seen Americans make when they look at Dominican Republic is they compare it to the wrong version of America. All they can picture is struggle, old buildings, cheap living, and third world stereotypes. And then they make it to Santo Domingo and they say to themselves, hold up, this place looks better than where I live now. So today I want to show you what around $150,000 can get you right here in Santo Domingo. Because honestly, in a lot of US cities, $150K won't even get you a parking spot or any natural light. 5 years ago, when I moved here to Dominican Republic, people looked at me like I was crazy. Like, you moving where? Because back then, a lot of Americans still weren't really paying attention to Dominican Republic. But now, investors are watching, expats are watching, remote workers are starting to watch. Because people are starting to realize this: Dominican Republic isn't just a vacation destination anymore, and that there is real development happening right here, right before your eyes. Modern towers, luxury condos, rooftop pools, gyms, smart apartments, gated communities, you name it, it's here in Santo Domingo. And you know what the crazy part about it is? It still costs significantly less than major cities in the United States. So let's talk about this specific price range, because this is why I think DR gets very interesting. With about $150,000 in Santo Domingo, this can put you in a modern apartment in solid areas depending on the project and the location. We're talking elevators, security, backup generators, rooftop social areas. I'm talking gyms, modern finishes, balconies, your own parking, and sometimes include pools. And if you're coming from cities like New York, Atlanta, DC, Miami, LA, you're probably looking at this like, wait, this is only $150K? Because in America, the prices have gotten insane. They are through the roof. People are paying $2,500 a month just to rent an apartment that doesn't look as modern as these apartments here. Meanwhile, the people who are investing here, they're not just buying an apartment, they're buying a lifestyle. And that's what a lot of people tend to miss, because real estate here is not just about buying a property, it's about lifestyle. And one thing I noticed after moving here, the people in Santo Domingo, they actually live. They go outside, they socialize, they sit at cafes, spend time with family, and just enjoy life. And let's be fair, there's a lot of people in America that has nice apartments, but when do they get the time to enjoy them? Here, life feels more balanced. I mean, you can go out in the middle of the day and just go grab you a cup of coffee, or sit outside like I'm doing right here on my balcony, or you can just go to a rooftop. I mean, you can go to dinner around 9 p.m. and the city still feels alive. And there's a lot of energy here that people from the United States instantly connects with once they get a chance to experience it. And that's why I like living in Santo Domingo. The energy, the vibe, everything is on point. I instantly connected with it. Now let's address the one thing that everybody asks about, and that's security. Because we know anytime Americans hear the word Dominican Republic, they always assume danger. And I'm gonna be honest, I talk to a lot of people who visit Santo Domingo, and a lot of them feel safer in certain parts of Santo Domingo than in the major cities that they live in the United States, especially in these modern residential areas like Naco, Piantini, Bella Vista, La Esperella, La Jolla, Soreles, Evaristo Morales, and I can go on and on and on. A lot of these buildings have 24/7 security, controlled access, cameras, gated parking, and concierge staff. And everything I just named, I have it right here in the building that I live in. And one thing I personally noticed living here is that it's more community interaction here. People are outside more. You see your neighbors talking and engaging with each other more. I always hear my neighbors outside my door talking to each other. I tell people all the time, living here, life is happening around you. And that's what makes living here for me so exciting, because you can see life happening around you. In a lot of American cities, people barely know the person who's staying next door to them. I know we didn't know who stayed next door to us when we lived in Fort Lauderdale. Guys, I want to pause for a second, because if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, this sounds nice, living in Santo Domingo may be something I want to do, but you want to get real clarity, I created something for that. It's called the Santo Domingo Life Bundle. It includes 6 in-depth ebooks, 5 bonus guides, and it's gonna walk you through cost of living, housing, healthcare, schools, and what it's like to live day to day right here in Santo Domingo. I'm gonna link everything in the video description below and explore it at your own pace. And the reason why investors and other people are paying attention to Dominican Republic right now is for appreciation potential. There is development happening everywhere. Santo Domingo, Punta Cana, Cap Cana, and even in Santiago. And a lot of investors still believe that we're early. So keep in mind, obviously every investment carries some sort of risk because not all projects are created equal. Because location matters, the developer matters, the strategy that you're putting in place matters. But there is a reason why so many foreigners are starting to enter the market here in Dominican Republic. The tourism is growing, the infrastructure is improving, more remote workers are relocating, and expats are continuing to come. And now people are starting to realize it's not that DR is more affordable, but DR is now becoming more desirable. And honestly, I think this conversation is way bigger than real estate. I think now people are reevaluating what quality life actually means to them. Because when people look at the prices in America, they're asking themselves, what am I really paying for? Stress, traffic, cold weather, isolation, constant pressure. And then they come somewhere like Santo Domingo and they realize, well, maybe there's another way for me to live. And I'm not saying DR is perfect, because everybody loves to twist that up and put that in my mouth. Because no place is perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think a lot of Americans underestimate what life can really look like outside of the United States. As I said, 5 years ago when I moved here, nobody understood it. But now, more and more people are asking the same question I asked years ago. Is there a better quality of life elsewhere? And honestly, that question there is the exact reason why markets like Dominican Republic are growing fast. Because once you experience the lifestyle, the pace, the weather, the energy, and the value, it completely changes a person's perspective. If you want to learn more about investing in Dominican Republic, check out our links below in the video description where it says, I want to invest in real estate. And if you're serious about exploring more real estate opportunities here in DR, connect with Milton and I through our website, drinvestandlive.com. Also, leave in the comment section below, would you live in Santo Domingo for 150K? I want to know. I'll be down in the comments. And until then, guys, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know.